Hello and welcome back to Shokuho, and we are indeed in another battle here. Now, of course, because we reached Clan Tier 3, we now have the eligibility to create our own faction. And I'm not entirely sure when we're going to do that, if we're going to do it at all. Because the thing is, if we do that, we have to leave our current faction, which I personally quite like. I actually like working with a faction. Makes it a lot easier for us in the long run. However, we could also then leverage that fact. We could become a vassal, and then we could, you know, do the standard thing where we become something important to them. We take a couple of fiefs, and then we leave with those fiefs intact. That is a possibility, which might make sense. However, I'm not sure whether that's... I don't know whether that's something that we should do. Because in the grand scheme of things, I feel like maybe the better course of action would be to just create our own faction straight away. Just literally create our own faction immediately, and then go where we need to go, do what we need to do, and just have a whale of a time. I think that's probably going to be what we'll end up doing, because generally, if you do become a vassal, you're going to have those you know, various commitments that you have to make and things like that, and then people are not going to like you, you know? People are not going to like you very much if you do decide to leave with your fiefs and all that stuff. And I think it's probably a good idea for us to just maintain one enemy when we do create our own faction, and that's going to be the people that we'll go up against. And I'm kind of trying to figure out who that might be at this point, because we do have a huge amount of troops right now, as you can see right here as well, obviously thanks to us being tier 3. I have so much loot, and that's actually something that I wanted to mention. A couple of people let me know this in the comments, so I do appreciate that, and we're going to be hopefully going over there in just a moment, because this is a very, very cool little strategy that people have found out. And I'm gonna check it out. So I'm actually gonna see if I can go into a battle against this guy first. Maybe we can get him. I'm disorganized at the moment, so I am actually going to be taking a lot longer to chase after him, unfortunately. But it does seem as though, yes, we can catch up to him very, very nicely now. Okay, so first of all, let's just spec our 175th point in athletics, and we're going to be going for endurance. Of course, you know. We want to get that as much as possible, and then we're going to go in against this guy. Now, do bear in mind that obviously if you want to be the utmost efficient person ever in the history of Bannerlord, you probably don't want to spec into the attributes like I've spec'd into them, because I've gone a little bit overboard in regards to endurance and maybe vigor as well. But I just wanted to make sure, in case I didn't make it to these particular breakpoints in the perk trees, like for example, you do need to get to what is it now, 275, and you need 7 points in an attribute to be able to get to 275 to get the ultimate perks, right? Those are the big things, right? Those are the big you know, as I say, breakpoints that you need to get to be able to make your character the most powerful it can possibly be. Now, obviously, that is inherently very, very different if you want to be efficient. If you want to be efficient, you don't need to get 7 in everything as a raw value. You can wait until you increase your other skills, your other perks. Like for example, right now you saw athletics. I just got endurance as an attribute with 1 point in that, thanks to the perk. And so as a result, you don't necessarily need to spec into for example, endurance with your level up, your level up points. You are just going to need to level up your athletics first, and then you can get that extra point in endurance. So instead of having 8 in endurance, you're going to have 7 from 6, and that obviously makes a pretty big difference, or at least I think that makes a pretty big difference. But again, as I say, you do not need to do that if you don't want to be, you know, hyper min-maxy sort of deal. For me personally, I don't really care about that stuff that much, so that's the reason why I'm not doing that. But I'm just letting you know, I'm just providing you the information. If you don't know about it, just so you can make an informed decision for yourself if you do decide to play as well. This also works for the base game too. It's not just this mod. But yeah, I've actually really enjoyed playing with this particular character build. Once again, I love movement-based builds. And yeah, don't get me wrong, we're probably going to diversify a little bit here. I would like to spec into some more one-handed, because as I said before, one-handed is extremely, extremely strong if we can get fleet of foot. And I wouldn't mind doing that, to be honest. I think that would be really, really enjoyable, actually. So let me see here, We're just going to go for more of these. We're going to get some, ooh, gunner. Gunner? Samurai? Really? Gunners? That's cool. I like that. All right. Let's loot all of this. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And yeah, now what we need to do is do the little... yeah, do the little thing that some people told me about in the comments. So we're going to go over to one of these shrines. So if you don't know about this is going to be eye-opening. Because I thought to myself, oh, that's very cool. You know, that's a cool interaction. I love those kinds of things. And the funny thing is, a lot of times when this kind of thing is brought to light, the game/mod is changed in some way to make it more difficult. And I have to admit, I actually don't really agree with that kind of philosophy, because why would you want to remove fun? You know, because generally this is fun, right? This is supposed to be for fun. So, you know, generally changing that kind of thing, in my opinion at least, I'm not a big fan of that, but it is obviously up to the mod creators what they want to do at the end of the day. Anyway, so as you can see right here, we have a bunch of books, right? Well, here's the thing. What you can do is you can do this really, really cool thing where you could basically buy these books for, well, you can buy all of them if you want to, and then you can literally sell all of your stuff for an incredible amount of cash. And you can sell a lot of your trade goods as well for massive amounts, because this shrine has none of these things, right? They have nothing. Like, they don't have sake, they don't have any of these things. And indeed, look at the horses. Look at the horse prices that I could sell here. Look at this. Look at all these war mounts. I could sell them for 3,000 per one, which is incredible. Look at that. It's just amazing. It's so good. And yeah, so you can basically just do this over and over and over and over and over again. And well, I actually have no idea whether you can do this multiple times, but yeah, you can see here that that's obviously all I can really do, unfortunately. Gonna get my horse back, I guess. And yeah, there you go. The trader doesn't have enough money now, but there you go. We actually did gain some really, really big trade skill. And that's actually something that I believe you mentioned. I think you can level up trade skill really, really fast. So if you wanted to, and if you have more points in it than I do, because I obviously don't have a huge amount of points in it, unfortunately. But if you do have 5 points in trade and you really want to make a big skill point leap, then you could just go to one of these shrines and just do the thing that I did just now, and you can just trade goods, right? If you trade goods rather than trading equipment and stuff like that, you can make so much skill, right? So much trade skill is just going to come to you instantaneously. It's going to be so extremely good. And I'm actually wondering whether they have multiple books at multiple shrines, because if that is the case, then you can do this multiple times over. Yes, you can. Wow, that is incredible, actually. That is really, really good. Like, for example, let's say that I wanted to sell all of this stuff. I could technically do that, right? I could technically do that, and we would have an insane time. This would be absolutely incredible for trade skill. I'm obviously not going to do that right now, because I would like to try it out when I have more trade goods available. I don't have any at the moment, because I just haven't prepared well enough in advance of that, but I just wanted to kind of show you the whole deal right now, you know. Gonna donate 29,000 here. We did get, wow, a pretty significant amount right there, and we can of course we can recruit some people here as well. I'm actually kind of surprised that my relation needs to be much higher than this. Okay, let's donate to the temple again. Let's get another, let's just do another 30 or something like that. There we go. Okay, yeah, so now we can get these ones. Now, as far as I'm aware, these guys are really good. At least some people told me that some of these guys are really, really strong. I'm not entirely sure if these are the ones that you were talking about, but they look pretty good to me. They look pretty good to me. Unfortunately, I don't have that much space. I will get them just for the sake of trying them out a little bit, because I think that's really fun. You know, trying out new stuff is always enjoyable. And, oh, hello there. Okay, I'm going to save real fast, just in case something to do with these troops. Because whenever I use new troops, and I'm not entirely sure about them, I'm always a little bit paranoid that the game's going to crash or whatever. I highly doubt it's going to, but you never know, you know what I mean? I always want to be a little bit cautious about that. Okay, so I'm going to wait until daytime. And then we're going to just take a quick look at this guy's composition. Okay, so this guy has 24 horse gunners. That is actually kind of dangerous. Okay, we're going to try to go in against this guy. He has pretty significant... Yeah, he's got pretty significant forces here. But with the proper strategy, anything can be overcome. It is merely a matter of using one's brain, which is going to be very difficult for me. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's see. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. This is very nice. Okay, so what we're going to do, put them into a loose formation first of all. Then we're going to just do this. Something like that. No. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. Something like that. Then we'll put our infantry somewhere like this. We're going to put them into a shield wall. Even shield wall doesn't really do much, to be honest. Shield wall doesn't really do much. Oh, actually, someone said that I should put my guys into a square formation. Ah, okay. I see. I'm not sure if that is really going to help us right now. I think I should probably just keep them in the loose formation for now, and we'll see if we can maybe we should switch to the square formation a little bit later in the battle. That might actually make sense. Anyway, gonna put these guys over here, these guys over here, and I'm gonna leave my forces at fire at will. They can just fire at will straight up here, and I'm gonna just move my infantry a little bit over here, because otherwise my forces are not going to be able to shoot. Okay, this might be problematic. Okay, we're going to have to do a little bit of skirmishing right here. A little bit of skirmishing. Just going to have to sell. Yeah, we're going to have to sell. I don't even know what. I don't know what we're selling. I guess insurance, I don't know, but yeah, we basically just need to make sure that our forces are told, because that's what I wanted to say, let's tell our guys to skirmish a little bit here, just so that we don't have to really worry too much about our forces getting completely and utterly outmatched. I've got to be a little bit careful here as well. I cannot just randomly run in here, but I do need to kind of show a bit of a presence on the front line. There we go. Nice. Nice. He's dead. Let's get these guys dead. There we are. The more that I can do damage to... Let's tell these guys to charge in now. The more that I can do damage to the enemy's lower tier units, the better, really, because then we have less forces to really fight against, and we don't really need to worry as much about them. So it very much helps us out here. Okay, so let's see now if I can get stuck in. Unfortunately, these guys have not been damaged at all, which is a little bit disappointing, I gotta say. I was kind of hoping that they'd be a bit more damaged in these cases, but they are seemingly not, which is very sad. Okay, there we go. That guy's dead. Oh, just getting stuck in here. Just getting stuck in against all of these opponents. They don't actually know what they're even doing right now. They are just getting absolutely slaughtered, which is exactly what we wanted. And, oh dear, I think I just got shot. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, we can just do some damage here. Nice. Okay, now the question is, are we going to be able to achieve victory in total here, or are we going to have to retreat? That's the question. I don't know. Okay, nice. Nice. Yes. I think we got this. I think we got this, actually. Very... Oh! He did 330. He did 330 damage to me right there. 330. That is insanity. Wow. Okay, very, very impressive. But yeah, there we go. We did actually end up achieving victory. We lost a pretty significant amount of Ozotsu Samurai, which I am not actually very pleased with, because it does take a bit of time to level those guys up. However, it's just how it has to be, you know. It is literally just one of those things that you're going to have when you do a battle that is this significant. I actually wonder how much renown and influence we're going to get for this. It's probably going to be relatively good. I'm thinking about 50, maybe? Oh, yeah, look at that! We actually got 46 renown and 62 influence. Very good. 23 morale as well. Obviously, I don't really mention morale that much, because morale is... Yeah, morale is pretty easy to get most of the time, so we don't really need to worry about that too much. Okay, so we're going to be taking every single one of these guys prisoner. Technically, we could be executing them as well if we wanted to, but I don't really want to go super hard on that, because if we do start executing, it is a slippery slope. It is a very slippery slope indeed. All right, so let's get some horse gunners right there. I actually feel like horse gunners are really, really useful. Surprisingly enough, I never would have expected to say that, but yeah, apparently they are pretty good. Let's wear this helmet as well. Oh yeah, I love the design of this helmet. It's very nice. And yeah, we will just take all of that loot. We are now exceeding our capacity here, so I will have to try and find a marketplace that is going to be relatively decent for us. Now, let me actually just take a quick look. Okay, so this guy is definitely going to need some better gear. Am I actually wearing better shoes? Yes, I'm wearing pretty good shoes. So let's just give Shoichiro some good stuff here. Want to make sure that he is as well kitted out as he possibly can be. Let's sort by value. There we go. Okay, no, he can actually wear this helmet. There we are. And he can wear that. There we are. Okay, that's very nice. And then this fellow can obviously use something as well. There we go. He can wear this. And then... Okay, you can equip that, sir. You can equip that in just a moment. Yep, there we go. Okay, thank you. I'm not entirely sure why it took so long for him to do that, but I guess it's loading the textures or whatever. But yeah, there you go. All right, and now he can equip the gloves. Actually, these gloves... Oh, wait a minute. Is that better than what I have? Yes, that is better than what I have. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately for him, I equipped that. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. I mean, most of the time, these things are not really going to save you, you know what I mean? They're not really going to be like, oh, I put on something that gave me 8 additional body protection. That's the reason why I lived in that situation when I got shot for 330 damage. Yeah, no. You see? Those are the kinds of situations where it's just like, nah, it's not going to make that much difference. Okay, so let's make our way over to Muranaka, because we are very close to that. Let's be a bit careful though, because I could still potentially face a bit of retaliation, but no, we did manage to make it there in time. All right, so let's go into the trade screen. Let's see how much they... they only have 15,000, which is really, really low. However, we can purchase some really, really cool stuff. Like, for example, I could purchase a bunch of iron ore. I could purchase some of this. Basically, I could purchase anything I want, and we can go to the shrine, and we can make massive, massive bank, right? That's basically, you know, how you're supposed to do it. Okay, so otherwise, let's just, I'm actually wondering right now. I think I should probably get rid of some of my rice, shouldn't I? Let's get rid of some of my rice. The fish as well, because that's the thing that is mostly over encumbering us at the moment. Let's sell the bamboo spears. Let me just see here for a real quick second. Yeah, weapons are not usually that heavy in comparison to ammunition. Is kind of it's kind of okay, but yeah, armor is mostly the thing that is going to be the most heavy for us, as you can see right there. Wow, I'm actually super surprised that we are having so many issues actually getting this stuff out of here, but oh well, never mind. Anyway, let's just purchase all of this. Just gonna get all of this. Yeah, I didn't even want to take the cows actually, but yeah, there you go. I'm just going to purchase absolutely every single thing that I can here. Most of the things, not all of the things, of course. And so now what we can do is we can just trade all of this stuff and reduce the cost of all these trade goods by 100%, as you can see right there. Really, really nice. And then we can go over to the shrine, which is in enemy territory. We could go down there. Wait, did we go down there before? Oh yeah, we went down there before. Okay, yeah, that's not really going to do much. Unless it regenerates. I'm not sure if it regenerates or not. So don't quote me on that. I wouldn't know. But yeah, if it does, then you might want to consider doing that. I'm not sure. Pistol. Let's go for pistol. Horse gunners. There we are. We're going to have to use a couple of war horses to be able to upgrade as well. Is this guy wanting to fight me? He is wanting to fight me. That is a huge mistake on his part, but I'm going to have to run away because my forces are not fully restored yet. Oh, he is actually running away from me. Okay, this is a bit of a weird guy. I'm not sure what he's deciding to do there. Okay, I guess I don't know. Maybe I should have just gone in and fought him, but I was a bit worried there for a second. Okay, so here we go. Now we have the ability to choose between hope and terror. So basically hope is to make sure that your forces do not retreat, and terror is to make enemy forces retreat. So it very much depends on what you personally feel is the most important for you and in your situation. For me personally, I think terror is much better than hope, just purely because it allows you to force the opponent into some kind of retreat in comparison to hope. Most of the time, your morale is going to be perfectly fine, so you're not really going to need that, unless you're fighting an uphill battle, and in which case, yeah, just try to get everything that you can get your hands on. We're going to go for triage tent here as well, even though walk it off is technically better. Triage tent is something that I want just purely because it gives me a much better healing rate when stationary on the campaign map, which is what I'm looking for. So we're going to be leveling my focus point in one-handed skill here. And I don't know what I'm going to do now. I think I will go for some control skill because we are going to use a bow, I think. Maybe a gun. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to use something as we progress. I'm going to try to transition into something like that because I think that could be really fun. Being able to use a ranged weapon or whatever. And yes, I know, we've taken some perks that do, you know, only have activation when we don't have a ranged weapon, but that's okay. We don't have to worry about that because at that point we don't really need that movement speed that dramatically or anything, so we shouldn't need to worry super badly. Anyway, let's move on to the shrine. We'll purchase these books. Oh yeah, we can also read the books as well, by the way. I probably should be already doing that as well, but you know, I'm a little bit lazy, so I did not do that straight away, but yeah. Anyway, now here we go. Let's trade for this. That's 60,000. And now I can just sell absolutely every single thing here. Yeah. I'm just making sure that I'm actually doing this correctly instead of messing it up somehow. Generally, you could do this much better, by the way. You could do this much better just by having more stuff that is actually good for the shrine. Like, for example, oil is really good here, as you could see. You know, hardwood is okay, but not great. Sake is obviously great. Whale blubber is all right and all that stuff. Basically, there's a lot of things here that are going to be really good, but there's a lot of stuff that is going to be better, right? So you just have to kind of work that out for yourself as and when you do it. And yeah, I think we're pretty good. Okay, so let's see how much we're actually going to get. Let me just trade a little bit of my rice here as well. Let me just see. I have 100 days. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. All right, so let's see how much trade skill we're going to get. Bear in mind, I only have 3 focus points in it. 31. 31 skill points. Yeah, 31 skill points. And I only have three focus points in it. So this is really quite amazing. And also local connection is probably what I'm going to be taking here, because a minus 15% price penalty while selling animals. This is extremely good if you're a horse merchant or a horse trader in any way. Very, very powerful with that. Anyway, there you go. Very nice. Now I'm going to be making my way down to Yamashita Castle, and we're going to see if we can maybe do a little bit of interference, because I'm pretty sure something's going on here. Yeah, as you can see, there is actually something going on. Nothing to do with our own forces, though, surprisingly enough. It looks as though the Otomo are being attacked by multiple factions. Very surprising. Okay, so this guy is currently forming an army as well. Do I want to fight him? Is the question. Do I want to fight him? Sure. Okay. He has... Oh, wait a minute. He just got an... Oh, no! He just got a friend to join him. That's terrible. Okay, I think we'll be okay. I mean... Okay, maybe. I mean, I had a lot more forces when I went into the battle against the 300 that we had. And now I have... well, about 20 less, which is a bit problematic. Is that the enemy over there? Is that the enemy right there? Or, I actually don't know. Yeah, I think so, right? Okay, if it is, this is extremely good for us. Extremely, extremely good. I'm actually very surprised that they're putting, putting them so close. It's going to make things very, very simple for us. Okay, so, yeah, I am literally going to be going for an auto-delegate with the horse archers straight away. These guys can go auto-delegate too, so they can work together. And then, yeah, let's go for it. Why not? Yeah, my gunners will absolutely tear these guys apart, or at least they should. All intents and purposes, they should. There should be very little... Yep, there we go. There should be very, very little reason why they will not. Wow, the damage! The damage is coming in. I love it. Shoichiro getting numbers of kills here, as well as Mangoro. They are both getting extremely, extremely good amounts of kills here. I mean, you'd expect that considering they are supposed to be gunners, right? Yeah, they are supposed to be gunners. Okay, so this is obviously going to be a little bit problematic for me, potentially. I don't really want to get myself killed, but I also don't want to miss out on the fun of going into battle, you see. Okay, let's do some damage. There we are. Nice. Okay, let's tell these guys to charge in. Tell my infantry to charge in, of course. I'm going to try to shadow the enemy's infantry just to make sure that they don't do too much damage to our forces easily. You know, we need to make sure that they pay for as much as they get, you know? Because if we let them just run into our lines, they could theoretically do quite a lot of damage for free. They could just go in there and just completely murder us without any kind of cost. But we want to make sure that they take as much damage as they possibly can. Okay, so I'm just going to turn on auto-delegate for the archers now, just so that they can potentially get into range. Unfortunately for us, I think I might actually have to tell the infantry to come back here. What's this guy doing? Get out of there. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to tell the infantry and the archers, horse archers, and so on and so forth, and the cavalry to get back here, because otherwise we're going to be running around in the water. And I don't know about you, but water is bad. Oh yes, water is very, very bad. This is something that we really do not want to get involved in. We are just going to die instantaneously if we go in there. I could technically go around, I suppose. It is going to take me a little bit of extra time to do that, unfortunately. But kind of hoping my archers will just move forward and eventually kill them. But yeah, as you can see, for some reason, why are they still doing stuff? Didn't I turn off the... Oh, I did tell... I thought I told them to turn off the auto-delegate. Oh, well, never mind. Okay. I guess that's my bad. Okay, don't get shot now. Okay, well, never mind. He didn't listen. Did you hear that? Yes, I told him. I said, don't get shot now. And then a second later, gets shot. Yes, he does that, doesn't he? Yes, he does that. Anyway, we should be completely fine here. I was just trying to I was really trying to minimize casualties at the end here. That's the reason why I was like, oh yes, we shouldn't send people into the water because the enemy will be able to pick them off very, very easily. But there you go. Anyway, we did get 25 renown for this. We did lose a huge number of horse gunner samurai. I'm actually very surprised about that, to be honest. But I guess, as I said to you before, them going into the water really has such a negative impact on how much they're possibly going to survive. So, yeah, not great. Anyway, oh, did we just take the daimyo? Yes, look at that. We actually took the daimyo prisoner. That's crazy. Okay, so otherwise, I think... yeah, these guys are not getting converted as fast as I'd like, but I mean, they are tier 4s, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Is there anything else that I want to get here? No, not really. Yep. All right, that's absolutely fine. Bear in mind, we do have a lot of weapons as well, and I would like to... Wait a minute, did we just declare war against these fellows? Yes, we did. Okay, well, that's a bit of a problem in itself. Yeah, we might have some issues there. Now, let's hope that we don't get attacked from anyone in the garrison there. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, getting a bit lucky with that. And then we can make our way over here. We are going to be making peace with these fellows in just a second, which is not entirely good. I am actually going to be losing a bunch of prisoners. So I'm thinking what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to sell the vassals back. All right, we're going to sell the vassals back. We're going to get this guy as well. He was defeated recently. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of him now, unfortunately. He has served very, very nicely, but... Wait. About your position in the clan. I would like to assign you a new role. Apparently that does not allow me to do that. Is that just because I'm in the town right now? I'm going to assume it's because I'm in the town and I need to speak to him outside of the town. Yes, I no longer have need of your services. Your skills are not what I need. There we go. Goodbye, sir. Alright, so we have 2 spaces for companions right now. Okay, 2 spaces. This is extremely powerful. If we can get another 2 companions that are relatively good at what they do, you know, we don't need them to be the most powerful thing ever. We just need them to be slightly above average when it comes to their skills that we actually need. And I'm talking about things like, I don't know, you know, steward skill, engineering, whatever. But I highly doubt we're going to have any kind of problems with that. As you can see, look at this guy. He has 267 crazy amounts of stats. Most of them have 210, which is... Oh! Wow! What? Look at these guys. These guys have 342. Okay, yeah, let's promote this guy. And this guy. Wow. Okay. Genzaburo and Kiichiro, they have both joined us. Okay, so that is obviously wonderful. We can choose a book to read as well if we want to. And yeah, as you can see right here, we have massive stuff. I guess we'll just read this one. I have no idea what this is actually going to do, to be honest, but yeah, we can wait in camp if we want to as well. I actually don't know how long it takes for us to read a book. I'm going to assume it takes a huge amount of time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do the thing that I said we were going to do, which is go into the prisoner's hold here, and we're basically just going to be selling every single one of these vassals. Actually, you know, wait a minute. You know what? I think there could be a better thing to do here. And that is to go into the dungeon and donate prisoners. I think this could be potentially better. Maybe 51. 51 influence. I mean, we're going to get a lot of relation for this, which is going to provide us with a lot of charm skill, potentially. That's pretty good in itself. Okay, yeah, fine, we'll do this. As you can see, there you go. I mean, we don't have a huge amount of charm skill in itself. We don't have like a load of focus points in it or anything like that, but you can see my relation is increasing quite a dramatic amount there, which I have to admit, I mean, that's not terrible, right? That's not terrible, but as you can see, I only have one focus point in this. So most of the time, if you have you know, like, I don't know, what, 3, 4, 5 points in charm skill, you're going to have a much better time there. We're going to be going for famous... Actually, wait a minute. I was going to say we're going to go for famous commander because that's usually my default, but loyalty and honor is extremely powerful because look at the secondary effect it has here. Plus 30% faster non-bandit prisoner recruitment. So this combined with Stout Defender means that we now have a 80% recruitment rate of tier 4 and above prisoners. Obviously, I'm mostly going only for tier 4s because they are really, really good, in my opinion. They level up into a bunch of different things, and it's really going to make a huge difference for us. So I actually think, yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. But these guys are insane, as we know. They are incredible. They are really, really good companions. And yeah, they are amazing. I could potentially create some caravans out of these guys. They could maybe level up their skills somewhat. That might be an idea. Yeah, that might be an idea, potentially. We have the Suspicious Merchant quest here as well, if we want to do that. But I don't think... I'm not sure if that's particularly necessary right now. I don't think so right now. Okay, so there's 40,000. We've got 40,000 in cash right here. And this is where... Well, this is where I wish I had a much faster way of getting rid of all this stuff without bankrupting the guy instantaneously. But yes, there you go. He's already done. Already completely and utterly done there. And yes, we're good. Look at that. We are absolutely 100% doing fantastically. And we are making, look at that, 14,600. Look at that. Every single day. Extreme amounts of cash right there. And we're going to need it. We're going to need it, you know? We're going to need it. Otherwise, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time.